Time for us to check in with Costaki Economopoulos.
Whoop-de-doo.
The biggest name in comedy.
Nice.
Hey, Costaki, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm familiar with Drunk Chick. I've worked with that guy on the road a few times.
Son of a
Well, let me explain.
Let
Let me explain. Costaki Chick received a so-called whiskey advent calendar. The idea
like the
being,
concept.
first thing in the morning, you open it up and you drink. These are double shots. Do you have them over there?
Yeah, they're right here.
Have a handful of. There we go. Well, this is radio. Could you perhaps drop it so we can hear? Just drop it on the counter for us so we can. There you go. So you get the idea.
You get the
Costaki.
idea, Costaki. You see how you get the idea of how big this is? And that's my fault.
You remember when we worked the road last, Chick? We were in Nebraska and we were having dinner. We had 2 shows that night.
Yep.
And you were downing several delightful glasses of brown liquid.
You kept saying, maybe you should wait till after the show to drink. I remember that crap. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, at one point I said, I think even Ron White would take it easy.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, when they bring up Ron White, it's time to back off a couple shots. Ron's a pro.
Ron's a pro, indeed.
Here's all the shots I've done today.
God, it sounded like a Jenga tower falling down.
Yeah.
A glass Jenga.
It's like a drunken scientist dropped the beakers or something.
And they look like sort of fat test tubes. They're not traditional shots. Chick isn't aware of this, but he rubs his face a lot.
I've had my nose running all morning. I don't know before I started drinking.
Okay.
Now it's only worse. Okay. Maybe I'm allergic to this rye, this bread, or yeast or something.
Then we got into a huge argument with Josh, who claims all of them taste exactly the same.
That's not what I said. I said they all taste very similar.
He said that with his wooden palate, and then we've received several emails from connoisseurs of various
I know people are real mad.
Liquors and wines that there certainly is a distinction. Then he made the brilliant analogy. I said, what about dogs? And he goes, dogs are almost all the same.
It didn't quite go like that, but you know that. I don't need to tell you that.
Then he said,
when Tom paraphrases,
then he said goats are just like dogs.
Oh no! Again, not quite what I said.
I'm just trying to get to the point, the thrust of what he was saying. Now, Costaki, what is your liquor of choice?
He likes a beer every now and then, don't you, Costaki?
I'm mostly beer and wine, but I will sometimes drink some rum. If I'm doing shots, I like tequila. It goes with beer nicely.
Last time I ever drank tequila was with you.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that when
that's been a while. Yeah,
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I'll never forget.
You played backdoor bingo that night,
No,
right?
we did not.
And there's a loophole in it, right, Costaki? Okay, never mind.
No.
Now, Josh,
I enjoyed that, Chick.
Josh,
You guys are awful.
do you ever drink any wine, Josh?
Yeah, every now and again.
There's a Greek wine called Retsina wine that tastes much like fuel oil.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I've not tried
A little
that.
too sweet.
Yeah.
It's like drinking pine salt.
What about the
Yes, that's better. It does taste more like pine salt. It's dreadful.
Ouzo, right?
It's better than ouzo.
Oh, I love ouzo.
No, ouzo's
Licorice taste. Oh yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Is that the stuff
black
Is that the
licorice.
stuff you put a coffee bean in and light on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if a black jelly bean had booze in it. It's terrible. It's ouzo. Not my favorite Greek thing.
Okay, all right.
What is your favorite Greek?
This is a family show.
Speaking of,
Speaking of babies,
How are you going to segue that into your NFL report?
well, we could do this. My Falcons lost, but my second favorite team, whoever is playing the Patriots, got a great win this week.
Yeah,
They sure did.
Kostaki, before we go on, what do you?
Yeah.
There is a
Is this
name
a new record for interrupting me in the first half a second?
there's a nickname for that type of play that they won on. Do you know what it is?
No. Do you know what Tom wants you to say? Is what he's trying to get you to do.
Sweet victory against those awful Patriots.
When a play involves multiple changes of hands of the ball between the same team.
Laterals.
Yes, that's the technical term. But is that type of play
Like a flea flicker?
If you were Bob Fosse, what would you call that play?
That's right. You were Bob Fosse doing a Broadway show, trying to get your dancers up for the second half.
I don't follow. I don't understand.
Have you heard the term razzle dazzle?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's an affirmative.
Oh, so Costaki verified it for you. Okay, good. I'm glad.
I've heard the term, yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. Back to you.
When a team wins on a long last-second play, it's called a Hail Mary traditionally. When the Patriots lose like that, it's called a Thank Christ. It's a totally different.
Keeping with our religious.
It's very
name.
exciting.
Doesn't a Hail Mary have to involve a long throw?
It doesn't. I don't. That's a good question, Chick.
I think it does have to, because that's how it started with
Throw it up
Roger
there.
Staubach throwing the pass to Drew Pearson against the Vikings. They interviewed him after, and he said, I said a Hail Mary as the ball was in the air, and that's
I didn't know that. That's where that came from.
That's where it came from, yeah.
Infotainment from Drunk Chick. I'm enjoying this.
So far, you've learned the
I
origin.
know where you live. I'm coming for you.
You've learned Hail Mary and Razzle Dazzle. Okay, move on.
No, razzle
and they're
dazzle is
calling it-
not a thing. In the NFL, it's not a thing.
I don't want to get involved in this argument, but I looked up razzle dazzle on Google.
Therefore, involving yourself in the argument?
Yeah, well, I'm going to. And one of the definitions said it's a play in football. It does say that.
Well, Mrs. Griswold heard from. Thank you, Christy.
I associate razzle dazzle with you pitch it back to you hand it to the running back and he pitches it back to the quarterback and then he throws it. It's one of those kind of plays, right?
It's here it is. Razzle Dazzle, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a complex maneuver in sports designed to confuse an opponent.
No.
Okay?
Well, there it is.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
that.
what I read.
Black and white, huge letters for anyone to see.
Cirque du Soleil should be in the
a lot
definition.
of razzle dazzle in that.
Somewhere.
Razzle dazzle.
Okay.
That's a throwback term. So this play they're calling the Miami Miracle, which I thought was when your grandmother sends you a birthday check for more than $10. That would be the
It's
when
a
you find
Miami
parking
Miracle.
Space. Yeah, it's Miami.
your grandmothers
during
live in
the early bird
Miami.
special.
I'm sorry, Costaki. My grandmothers were both dead before I was born.
So I can't relate in a general stereotype.
Were they
Right.
dead, Tom, or were they hiding?
Goodness gracious. Oh, that's funny.
Funny to you, I have a hole in my heart. Keep going.
I don't think you do.
Is that the reason?
Yeah, whatever the reason is.
I thought the Miami Miracle was when a bizarre crime happens and it's not in Florida. That's what I think.
We got more?
I thought the Miami Miracle was when you and your ex-wife amicably agree to share custody of your alligator. That's very Miami.
That's super
That
Miami.
seems a little
Miami Miracle.
oddly
When there's
chosen. Okay.
When there's a close contest in Florida that doesn't require a recount, that's the miracle.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's good stuff, Kostaki.
Here's
Costaki, when the so-called Miami Miracle did occur, Chick McGee has the audio from both radio from both sides of the radio broadcasters.
That you complained about me playing, and so I got rid of it.
No,
And
no.
Now you're talking.
I don't want to hear it again.
No, Costaki, what we complained about is Chick also played the audio from CBS television,
Which did nothing but
and all you heard was silence as they watched the play.
You see, being that it was TV, they didn't really have to say he's moving his legs, he's running.
right. Left to right on your radio dial. That's my favorite phrase.
But it was like trying to describe a squirrel crossing the street. He's like,
Oh, as you can see, there he goes. That's pretty much what we got. I don't have to tell you that, folks. You're looking at it.
No, keep it up, Josh.
sorry.
The good news for Gronk, that play went for 69 yards. The bad news, he sucks at tackling. Oh, that was great to see.
Well, that was
Gronk
weird.
found
You have to. The background on that was they put him in on defense.
They put him in on defense, and he was the last player to dive
For the Hail Mary.
Right.
hopelessly.
Belichick
Right.
expected a Hail Mary. Yeah.
Razzle
was
dazzle,
a-
noun, chiefly football.
But it was a 70
Again with you kissing ass? Is that what this is?
A complex maneuver is a double reverse or handoff, usually executed in a flashy manner.
No.
Flashy. All right.
No,
Okay.
I don't care if Daniel Webster comes back to life and tells me that the razzle dazzle is used in the National Football League. I ain't buying it.
It's a flea flicker. That's what you call it now, right?
Right.
Flea flicker. I don't know.
What doesn't it have? Was that intentional? By the way, all of the.
What do you mean was it
Oh, no,
intentional?
no, that was a good question because the last lateral.
Yes, it was intentional.
I don't know. That last one looked to. So they had that all planned out. Every one of them.
Well,
I think it's
they
more called
practice it.
the hook and ladder,
Right.
maybe. That's a thing. Hook and ladder, that's a thing. Not the razzle dazzle.
Isn't hook and ladder something in Bob's song about the Cleveland steamer? Do the hook and ladder.
The Rear Admiral.
The Rear Admiral, the donkey punch.
Once
Okay.
again, back to Costaki.
Sorry.
So Gronk found himself on the wrong end of a 69, which I didn't even think was logistically possible.
Yeah, no joke.
So despite this loss, the Patriots are on the verge of an NFL record with 10 playoff appearances in a row. 10 playoff appearances, or as the Lions call that, 300 years.
Yeah.
It's they've had a tough run.
Long time.
So now the road to Atlanta goes through Kansas City, which is a switch. Usually when you go to Kansas City, you got to connect through Atlanta, but this time it's the other way. It's the other way around, everybody.
Airline routing jokes.
It's a road warrior joke there.
It's ATL through ORD.
Spend a lot of
Sadly,
time on
Atlanta
planes.
not on the road to Atlanta. Atlanta's throwing a party and Atlanta's not invited. This is very painful for me.
Yes.
Okay, I found out the name of the play.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
not, it's
Cool.
not an immaculate
Make
it's
it
a reception when or
No.
because you have when there's no religious component.
To a Hail Mary?
You got
What are
you've got your immaculate reception. You've got your Hail Mary. This is more of a warlike thing.
Okay.
It's called lateral damage.
Oh, I guess that's actually a pretty good name.
Yeah,
Well, depending on whose
now you're
side
talking.
on.
Sorry, back to you, Kostaki.
I'm rooting for the Chiefs at this point. Even though I live in LA, I feel like I've seen all the Chiefs games because I watch NFL Red Zone. Every time you blink, they're scoring. This team's always on offense. They're way too offensive to host the Oscars. You know what I'm saying? They're never gonna.
All right.
All right. When he heard that Big Ben was knocked out of the game for ribs, Hugh Jackson said, ribs. Hugh Jackson, former coach of the Cleveland Browns. He won a game of categories against his family this week, bringing his win total in the last 3 years up to 5.
Categories.
Categories.
Now he's back in Cincinnati, right?
He's in Cincinnati.
He and Marvin
right.
Lewis are our big
and
buddies.
haven't they dropped 4 in a row?
I don't know how many.
they're not good. Yeah,
And Dalton's hurt, I think. Yeah.
And maybe Jackson becomes the head coach of the Bengals, which might be a plot by Marvin Lewis to get people to appreciate Marvin Lewis. It's like the football equivalent of "It's a Wonderful Life." I don't know. The Bengals
the
are so
Browns
bad.
the Browns have now won as many games since Hugh Jackson was fired as they won when he was coach.
Right, in a much shorter time. Yes, much shorter time.
Yeah, wow.
Meanwhile, the Bengals are so bad they're thinking of moving to Atlanta. That's not good.
That's not funny. That's not funny
This
at
is
all.
my team. My team sucks.
Yeah, your team.
My team, although my team sucking seems not so bad compared to your current situation there, Chick. What's happening?
We
with
were
the
just talking about that off the air, hoping you wouldn't mention any of that.
Oh,
but,
my goodness gracious.
It's kind of a
Serious
mess.
medical issue right now with
Serious.
Alex.
Yeah.
They benched Mark Sanchez when he was down 40-0.
Yeah.
You know, I wish I could do that when I'm in an argument with my wife. Like, crap, I'm behind by 40 points. I go to the bench and they bring in the opening act for a while. I'll live to fight another day.
Wait a minute. Here comes Bob Zaney.
Yes.
Look out, Mrs. Economopoulos.
This has
I
got to
would
be.
love to tag out.
Gotta be
Yeah,
it
Bob
for
Zaney.
Gotta be it for Gruden. Gotta be.
Have you gotten a California driver's license yet, Kostaki?
No, I've not. That's way down my list of things to worry about.
Well, how are you getting your weed?
That's a good question. I am lazy enough in my regular state. I don't need any assistance in that regard.
Has your wife? Did your wife take your name?
Yes.
Oh wow,
That's a good woman.
Does she have her driver's license yet from California?
No.
That'll be
Just moved there.
that'll be comical.
Yeah. We're new. We're settling in.
Yeah.
Do you spell it for people, or do you write it down and have them copy it over?
Which people?
Like if you're somewhere and they go,
How do you spell that?
yeah, you just say no. Here, just give it to me. I'll write it. I'll type it
Yeah,
in for
I
you.
write it down sometimes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're looking for the closer, Kostaki.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah, now that he's ruined the report, can you close it? God, what a jerk.
The Bills offered snow shovelers $12 an hour and a free ticket to the game to anyone who shoveled snow for at least 4 hours. Same offer they made to Nathan Peterman. He's their former
quarterback.
Had a tough.
Yes.
The Peter man.
I would be.
Maybe that's not.
I would be
maybe that's not
extremely
closer.
concerned that they would have severe liability issues if someone had a heart attack shoveling snow. 'Cause
No, this is done. This has been done for decades.
Doesn't
No
matter.
one over 30
Fans
goes to do
coming,
this sort of thing.
and shoveling snow at stadiums.
I know, but
the
it's-
Packers do it.
That's
The
a
Bills
very
do it.
Different
It's a very
climate.
common way that people have heart attacks.
Right.
Combination of
just telling you.
Grown-ups.
exertion and because that would be
Give
bad.
me the old razzle dazzle.
You think the team's dying? Seymour Fromson dropped dead at the 50 with the snow
I
shovel
said on
last
my,
week.
I said on my
Fromson.
podcast,
Why is he on the
I-
field shoveling? You're shoveling in the stands.
if I was half my age, I would so go do that. It would be a great adventure. But and now I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Right? 24, I would do that. That'd be great fun.
Okay, and I'm
They
sorry.
give you $50 and a free ticket to the game.
Yeah, that's
Well,
fun.
that, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can we close this segment by Chick and Josh doing impressions of Emo Phillips again?
Well, I'd be delighted.
What would you like me to say?
I just got back from Cuba. They speak Spanish there. It's like
favorite new
regular
thing.
Spanish with fewer words for luxury items.
I'm going to go
That was really good, actually.
in the parking lot and wait for my ride.
Best joke writer out there, Emo Phillips. Thank you, Costaki Economopoulos.